Hello, hello, and welcome here to the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT 2025. We are just moments away from the finals here at Blockhouse. We are ready, the people are ready, the athletes are ready, so now we can begin.
And hello and welcome back to the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT here in Graz for the 2025. My name is David Patterson and I'm here delighted to have Georg Palmer. Hello Georg, how are you doing?
Hi guys, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's been a very kind of long week, I guess. We started all setting on Wednesday. You guys started. Yeah, just maybe can you run us through like what the whole process was like? We had 3 days, I guess, of setting, and then today has been the whole competition. Maybe you can run us through a little bit how was it, the whole process for you?
Yes, of course. So we started on Wednesday, like you said, and actually there are two events now on this weekend, and today we have the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT, and we had two teams because tomorrow is the Austrian Cup. So it was kind of also quite complicated to to get all the plan straight to organize it. But I think we did a pretty decent job, and then we had like from Wednesday onwards we had 3 days of intense setting. We started off with the final round, and we also had like a pro event which is called the Masters, and we have a hobby event. Now we are with the pros.
Thanks for clearing that up.
So and I think we did a good job also on the timetable, so we were quite fast. I enjoyed the work.
Cool. So for anybody who is watching now, we're going to have the competitors coming onto the mats. There's going to be 8 women and 8 swapping from one ball to another.
Sure.
What was expected? What were you intending? And maybe we can see and compare afterwards what happens on the mats. Can we get a camera, please, following onto the observation boulder?
So they are currently looking at boulder 1.
They are going through boulder 1, and hopefully we're going to get a camera very soon on boulder number 1. There you are, and there we see, okay, those are both the men and the women, and there we see one of the root setters, Andy Matushka, and the French Arthur Rebolo qualification rounds, and then they will swap. And then on the third boulder, they're going to come just one by one. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the third boulder. And then for the fourth boulder, again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 until the end. A little bit of a complicated style, but we will keep going through it so you guys can follow along. And let's try to get the other camera for second boulder or for the fourth boulder. That would be great. So we can have a run with my co-commentator, Georg Palmer here, who was having a whole week of setting. The whole team was also quite broad, but like there was a little bit of a fallout. So basically we have had a girl called Larissa von Roma, Maud Schwarzer, Max Lenz, yourself, Georg, Jakob Christopher, and Andy Matushka. Andy falling for a couple of days due to illness. How has been that for the whole team? Have you had to shift anything or?
Not really shift, but of course the dynamics change as soon as the team changes. Andy was actually supposed to be the chief root setter. Is the chief root setter, but as he was absent the first 2 days, we didn't get to see him a lot. What we did was to give Mauro the lead, thank you, for the team. And yes, of course, it's always, as you can imagine, people handle it differently. And Mauro, if I'm allowed to say, this kind of has this like really flat hierarchies. So he's not so like dominant. Telling you, and not dominant. That's a good word. Yeah, that's a good word. They have all different styles.
For what I've heard, it was from Larissa list. It was a very nice ambient to work and pretty peaceful and.
I would agree. Yeah,
nice one. And also we're bringing a new kind of point system. There's tops and there's zones like every single time. but there's been points awarded, and therefore the score has been changed. Do you counted that into the route setting itself, or were you just like building boulders like every single time, and then as we progress into this score system, we will slowly see adaptations in the route setting?
Yeah, it's a good question actually. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really think of it any differently while setting, because it changes, of course. It changes what it means to have a top and what it means to have a zone, because now it's rated 2 points. Other than that, of course, or on the other hand, there's still a zone in the top, so that didn't change.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess the more professional your approach is, the more you have to keep in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also getting used to the whole way it is, right? If it's the first time, it's a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
And for anybody not familiarized with the word setting, it's just mounting. You are mounting the boulders, so to say.
Yeah.
Setting the boulders.
I mean, it describes the whole experience, I would say, right? So the whole process.
Yes.
But yeah, of course, the main part is
driving, testing.
Grabbing holds, putting on the wall, testing them.
Yeah. And for anybody who wants or is curious about it, the zone counts 10 points. If you get it to the zone and you pass the zone, that's somewhere in the middle. And you get to the top, that's 25 points. So basically at the beginning you have 4 tapes, and you have to get your 4 limbs across how you want it. It's pretty open. And that's quite cool. There is a lot of interpretation and loads of different people starting different, I guess, if it's not so obvious. Then somewhere in the middle, you get the zone hold. You have to utilize this hold. This marked with the pink tape. And then at the very top, you get the top hold. That's the maximum amount of points, and you want to get there as fast as possible. For every single, at the end, of the whole round, you're going to be discounted points. And that's where it's getting a little bit trickier for the most people who are watching. There's 0.1 points taken out for every single attempt to the top if they topped, or to the zone if they didn't top. So the zones are valued a little bit more. So 4 zones are more than 1 top and 0 zones. So this is changing a little bit the whole score. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's, what do you think about it? Because I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's giving a lot more different perspective, but the point is like, if you top it, the scores to the zone or the attempts to the zone, it doesn't matter if you flashed it, because it would not make a difference. And that's kind of a tricky situation.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, as you explained, it's I think it takes a little bit more time to explain it due to the points than the old system. But of course, I mean, it's always this effect of that you're used to an old system and now it changes, and then it's always quite. But the thing you mentioned, actually, we can see it on the first problem, where you said you had 4 limbs to get the start right. And I can tell you that we actually didn't intend the boys to start this way, but he found a different solution where still all 4 limbs were touching the holes that we marked. So it's a correct start. But we'll see if it turns out to be a good decision.
And we have on the second boulder, we have Margon Matevž. And on the second boulder on the men, we on the men's we have Margon Matevž, and the female we have Lana Goric, and then we have Marusha Porovic and Tobias Kriegel on the first boulder. And maybe now that we have the split screen, you guys can see what Gail was saying about the first move on the female boulder being kind of risky on the female boulder on the left side. Yeah. Maybe now that we have also a screen on the second boulder, can you run us a little bit through what was, it looks kind of a tricky situation for the second boulder on the map?
For black and yellow, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So now you can see the one I think we talked about. That's actually the intended way to start on M2. So you run in. So we have the yellow problem now. You run in, and you press with the left hand, and you take this gas down with the right hand. Then you move down with the right hand into a press. That is the idea. And then you have to use your hip mobility in order to get to the zone, and then a risky jump to the top. And now we actually might see a top on the
it looks
F2.
very promising.
Yes,
and a nice shot angle for the Slovenian athlete Lana Goric with the top. I believe that was second try.
I think so.
Also kind of stopped on the hold. What I was seeing on the day's testing, it looked like they really were like leaving a toe hook. But I don't know if you guys switched the idea from one to the other. And there we have Marusa Porovic.
No, different method. Let's see.
I wonder where she's going to go with that hook, because you want to get to the right. There's no way of getting up on the left.
You never say never, but...
Never say never, good point. You never know what's going to be coming on.
But yeah, we were actually a little bit skeptical for the female start, whether or not it was too easy or not risky enough. But as I look at it now, I see the risk factor coming to play. And so you can't do it statically, I think.
Toby getting very close to the zone.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good attempt. That was also close.
Yeah, nice. Kind of a tricky zone, and then what is expected to the top? Is it going to be like a heart on the men's? Ooh, almost. Marusha Porovic getting very, very close.
You were talking about
the blue boulder for the man, exactly.
Yeah. So as you just witnessed this swing start, kind of lambada start, and hopefully you. Also, you're not able to stop the first hold, as you see, the one before the zone, and have to move dynamically to save yourself from falling off to the zone hold. Then you actually go back, that was the intended way, and then move your foot up and jump with both hands to the top, which is kind of a slopey hold.
As I'm watching it, I'm quite interested to think about what you have to say, because we saw Toby like landing with the right foot on the first foothold and with the left on the second. And when I saw it, I immediately thought, okay, why is he not landing with the right foot on the second foothold and going directly with the left foot, where you see underneath this black volume, the small one, on the left, and then just bumping further. But it's kind of a tricky angle. You have to like bend around into the room.
No, but you actually guessed correctly, or you read it correctly. That's correctly. What does it correct mean? But I think that this is the easiest way. It's the way to do it. So you swing and you actually skip the first foothold and land with your right foot on the second foothold, and then with the left foot on the third one, and then get the hold before the zone, and then hopefully extend to the zone hold.
Yeah, and on the screen we see now Aliatsala, Julian Schridwisser and Netza Saik. And on the first boulder we see Aliatsala and Roman Sivakov. And first up on the man for Julian Schridwisser. Sorry, that was Moritz Goller, I believe. And on the female, it's Aliatsala, not Roman on the man, sorry. That's Moritz Goller. And soon there's going to be another fellow companion of yours, Jakob Gresthoff, is going to come onto the commentary box, helping us in a couple of minutes, and we're going to have to let you go. Thanks a lot for your time, Georg. It's been very lovely, and I hope you have the final that you have been working for. All the best. It looks pretty amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and have fun with Jakob.
And that was Georg Farmer, ex-national athlete and now national route setter for the Austrian team. And there we see Moritz Goller almost getting the zone, and there it's Aliatsala from Slovenia. And we're seeing also another really good attempt from Netza on the second boulder. There you are. The Slovenian athlete Netza Saya. And we just heard something off screen. Hopefully we're going to be able to get it. Oh, almost Goller Moritz jumping to the top. And the full HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT going on here. We're in Graz. And that's the final of the Masters. And here we have Aliatsala from Slovenia. The highest we have seen any athlete. She has got to stop her left side on the volume. And soon we're going to be joined by Jakob Restoffer, a homie from Blockhaus, national route setter for the Austrian Federation. And there you are. Again, Golden Moritz. Hello, Jakob. How you doing?
Hello, Dave. I'm doing great. It's always nice to join you on some commentary.
Sorry, we just
No
managed
worries.
to see Golden just flying off the first boulder, which I believe has been set by you.
Yeah, that's true. The first men's boulder, I mean, all the boulders have been set by the team, but the original draft was by me. And yeah, so far it's playing out nicely. So let's see what happens. Oh.
Yeah, we're also seeing some people trying to trick the first boulder without a lot of success. I'm not quite sure what the idea they're meant to be. But they're pretty good attempt from Moritz Goller. Looks like a tricky top, not so good.
Oh,
and
super
now
nice.
first stop on the first boulder.
That's exactly how it was meant to be done. So I'm really happy.
Nice. Yeah, those are kind of also new shapes built by, made by Mauro. How was it to build with them? Do you know all those shapes already when you were building with them?
No, actually it was the first time that I had a chance to set with them, and they are super nice. So for coordinative bowlers, but also for power problems, I feel Mauro has done a great job.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a new point system that we were explaining actually. How was this for you? How are you taking this into consideration? Are you at all taken into consideration?
To be honest, we didn't discuss it too much, because in the end we always try to build some selective boulders, yeah, with a zone in the top, and then basically all the rest is not up to us.
And we see now the homie, the star from Graz, Johanna Ferber, on the second boulder, and also Roman Sivakov, which just won the Lithuanian championships, nationals. And on the first boulder we've seen Clemens Strithat and also Sala from Slovenia, Sala Mlaka. Yeah, we have seen a top from Julian Streitwisser. Let's see what Roman can do. Also, he was looking very strong in the qualification. They were all saying it was a pretty tough round, but a really cool and tricky style. Kind of like a blockhouse style, to be honest.
Wow.
Ooh.
He went all in there.
Flying out. No lack of commitment. And Clemens.
Ooh, super nice.
That was a pretty fast top for what I know.
I believe second or third try, maybe.
It's also his style quite a lot, if we know Clemens. Big dynamic moves. He loves those kind of
Yeah, he
bowlers.
loves them. And he always complains that we don't set enough hard coordinated bowlers in the gym. So maybe he's happy with that one.
Another local hero who is with the top. He also was doing really well this year. He's been pretty fit and he qualified also quite well. Yeah, how was the whole week for you? Because Andy, as we mentioned before with Georg, fell out because of illness. How was the whole setting? Was it quite stressful at some point, or?
Of course, it was super sad to not have a chance to set with Andy, but apart from that, the setting went quite smooth, I would say. So I feel we were efficient in our workflow, and the rest of the team was great, and we tried to compensate for Andy.
Nice. And there we see Johanna just made a zone and is doing really well. She kind of like maybe intended better for what I thought was like kind of get into this for hold and jump to the zone. And what from here, what are we expecting? What should they do in order to complete the boulder?
To be honest, I'm not the right one to ask.
Sorry.
I didn't try that one. Wow.
Roman again going with one hand and not latching the second one.
Yeah, we usually work in teams, so we split up the team into two sub-teams, so to say, and then each sub-team focuses, for example, either on the women's round or on the men's round. And for this round, I was more in charge of the men's bowlers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the yellow boulder, second men's boulder. Looks very tricky.
Yeah, it was supposed to be tricky and high risk in the sense that it's easy to drop. So already the starting position requires you to be very precise on these quadra macros. If you do the dynamic version, we see now Roman does it a bit differently.
That looks awful for the shoulder, to be honest.
Yeah, so he was not successful. So our idea was to run into the starting position with a right Gaston, left hand press, and 2 feet on the start. But looks like it can also be done differently.
And also we've seen there was a lot of progress on the left side corner, but keep on going. We will go back to the first women's boulder.
That's fine. Yeah, and the yellow one, It's not super hard when you do everything correctly, but as we just saw, it's super easy to slip or to mess up some small micro beta, and then you're just off the wall.
High risk.
Exactly.
High risk, high reward. We're going to be having now the next athletes. There's going to be Arthur Rebolo, which just won the Dock Masters of this year's, the 2025. Pretty fit guy who didn't get the best national returns from France. He was mentioning it 4th time, dropping in, not getting quite further, but looking super strong. He actually had also 6 tops and 7 zones, and they split it around the points. He got 159.4. And Roman got 159.2, so only 0.2. I wonder how the whole split of the field is going to be with this whole point system, to be honest. Because when you get the top, you're losing the attempts to the zone. But yeah, let's see what Lea Kempf can do of this first boulder. And I just heard Nikki Hertel, probably also his boulder. And not messing about, pretty fast one, epic.
Yeah, it's super nice to see him crush. He was a bit frustrated after his qualification round. On the one hand, because he was not 100% satisfied with his climbing. On the other hand, because he had to queue a lot due to the number of participants in the jam.
Ooh, and Martina Vucikova just did a top on boulder number 2. I believe that was a flash. That was pretty fast.
And now we see Arthur in the slab. I also didn't know him before, but then of course I had to rewatch the Dock Masters. And yeah, he climbed great there. So let's see what he can do in Graz. Now he's eyeing up the top.
Yeah, it's just one last moment to the top. Let's see what he can do. He's going to get also.
Nice.
No luck there. Pretty happy with that.
Super nice.
Yeah.
So Lea is back on the slab now.
Yeah, she came on the night train from Tyrol, I believe,
so
which is crazy.
Yeah, basically from the other end of the country.
And from France before.
Oh wow, she has a busy schedule.
Yeah, they were saying that they were really tired, but yeah, looking really, really good.
Oh, usually she likes the technical problems, so I was expecting
with
that
crossfoot?
This one might suit her, but right now she seems to be not 100% sure what to do.
Oh wow, displaying flexibility and balance, but I mean, if you go to the left, you're catapulted, and that's not a very good hold. I mean, it's only stopping quite enough.
Yeah, that's true. The left, the black volume is not a good hold at all. You basically have to press from beneath with your palm, and even then, there's not much to hold on to.
Yeah. Also, pretty technical thing. Are you setting the difficulty to the zone and then getting higher for the top, or how is it the whole thing? How is the flow of the whole run? What were you expecting? Like, is it meant to be like a show and then it's going to be easier or harder? What are we expecting here?
Yeah, so basically we try to make it tricky but not too hard to the zone in order to separate some of the athletes. And then in order to get the top, we usually require some harder moves or some trickier moves in order to have a good separation of the field. But maybe let's focus on Lea for a moment.
Yeah,
she's doing great now. That's the way.
Almost stopping. I mean, you're having your whole right foot or your whole right side of the body just like swinging out, and you have to stop this banto. Tricky thing. 25 seconds. Remember, only 4 minutes for these athletes to complete a boulder. Pretty hard boulders, but they're also renowned world-class athletes. Yeah, and what are we expecting on the whole round? Like, what is going to be the flow of the whole?
So close for Lea. Yeah, as you already mentioned, it's of course it's a lot about the show in finals. So we try not only to separate the athletes, but also to set something which is visually appealing to the spectators, and which also.
We see the children from Blockhouse giving a high five.
Yeah.
The future climbers. Yeah.
Something which hopefully creates a nice show. Because in the end, it's not only about the athletes, it's also about the people who watch.
Of course, but you could have, like, for example, the first one being hard, then the second one being easier.
Mm-hmm.
What are we expecting for the whole round?
You mean this particular round?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we tried to go for a more or less okay intro with the blue one and the turquoise slab. So we expected some tops there. But as we see, the slab for the girls seems to be trickier than we thought. On the blue one, we already had some tops, which is super nice because as a route setter, you usually don't like it when things start off too slowly because then it's kind of boring. And then I would say the third boulder for both men and women are the physically hardest boulders. The 2 second boulders, the yellow one and the black one, are more on the tricky side, as I already said. And for the final boulder, the number 4, we tried to set them in a way so that they are next to each other, so that we have hopefully a nice finish. And also we tried to create something more spectacular and electric, as we like to say.
Yeah. Interesting. If you have any definition for what electric is meant to be, Gerd was not quite risking himself on that one.
Yeah. I think this is a very, it's a topic that is discussed a lot in the route setting community, and some people really hate the term electric because they say there is no real definition of it. I think we personally already had discussions on it, and you said you were not so fond of the term. However, I personally like it. I feel every route setter has a slightly different interpretation of electric, which makes it also nice in my opinion. But for sure, most people will think about quick movements, which are somehow spectacular when they talk about electric, and maybe not the super slow slab.
Yeah. Actually I changed a little bit my idea. I think I kind of start to get what the whole definition is. It's more like kind of powerful, but also coordination, kind of showy, kind of interesting. But let's see what our athlete from Slovenia has here to do. She is looking pretty good, and that's a pretty nice angle shot.
Yeah, that was the intended beta, to cross through with the right foot and then go for this next foot chip with your left foot, and then do this palm on the black volume. That was our idea.
And it's just one move to this box. And is it over when they get to the left side of the box?
No, not at all. Then they still have to manage to transfer their body to the left, and then also the last move is quite committing, so it's easy to follow. So.
And if you remember, we said we're going to have 4 athletes on boulder number 1 and 4 athletes on boulder number 2, and then they will rotate. So there's going to be always 2 athletes on the mats for both categories. And then we will swap to only 1 athlete per category on the mat. So right now we have 4 on both first and second boulder, and then it's going to be 2 athletes for third and fourth boulder. And if I'm correct, we have Lara Goric on this first boulder.
Yeah, now we saw her trying to stop her momentum with her left hand on the right side of the black volume, which is really hard to do. I think it's better to try to palm it from beneath. But yeah, of course, these athletes don't know what the intended beta is. That's a huge part of the whole game. Yeah,
and you always have to get there in order to try something new, which is...
and again, yeah,
it's very tricky.
It's super hard like that because there's almost nothing on the right side of the volume.
Marko Mateusz at top. He didn't like any commitment to the top.
No hesitation at all. It's quite a committing boulder, so it's easy to get scared in that one because the moves are super big, and it looks that straightforward when these guys do it, but I can tell you it can be also scary to commit like that.
Definitely. And if you're tuning with us, we are here in Graz for the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT 2025. This is the Masters. Lots of professional athletes, lots of young athletes. There's a lot of Slovenian people. We have Lithuanian, we have French, we have German, I believe. There's a lot of people, but mainly we see a tendency for the Austrian domination of the men and the Slovenian domination of the female. Any reason why, do you think?
Oh, I really don't know. But I can only say that the Slovenians have been known for having really strong teams, of course, on the men's side, but particularly on the women's side. Of course, with Janja, the most famous female climber of all time, coming from Slovenia. So maybe she's also a reason for many young Slovenian girls to try super hard and to be the next Janja.
And here we see Julian Skrivica, like you said, it's not easy to commit. He's thinking about it to the top. Local hero. Trains here in Blockhouse, and there's shown off a display of power, and an amazing climber when it comes to coordination and slabs. He's also been getting stronger with the physical stuff, and he was just now in Fontainebleau climbing up to 80 plus boulders pretty fast, which is really impressive because below it's renowned to be super hardcore. And let's see what we see from Neta, which also got to the left, where we have seen pretty tricky. Not an easy end of this first boulder, which was meant to be kind of like an easy show-off, but as Jakob said, sometimes it's a hard thing to know what they're meant to be doing, and if they don't check it, then it will take them some attempts. But I think that's what you were meaning with the underneath palm.
Exactly.
It looked quite good, to be honest.
Yeah. And also, none of these boulders is easy, of course. They're all really, really hard. But yeah, from the set of 4 boulders for the women, we were thinking that that one might be one of the easier ones. But it looks like we were wrong on that one.
How has been with the theme with skin management? Have you guys thought about setting some things which are a little bit less rough for the skin, or combining old holds, new holds? Is it something you think or take into account often?
Yeah, I feel with this comp there is no semi-final round, so they were climbing a bit less than they're used to climb.
Oh, wow.
So, wow,
what is she
yeah.
doing?
I don't know.
It looks awkward somehow.
Yeah, but maybe it works for her. But now she
got back to the same position.
Back to where she started. Not trying to. Yeah, the problem here is that they're already leaning out of the wall when they commit to the palm. And it's really important to stay super close to the wall, otherwise there's no chance.
Yeah, there's a lot of momentum being driven to the left, and then in order to stop that momentum, I mean, you have to be timing exactly where you want to stop and how much force you want to be driven.
Yeah.
But yeah, 50 seconds, and on the second boulder we have both Gole Moritz and Aliat Salah. So far we have seen a pretty impressive flash from Martina, and I believe there's been a second top on boulder number 1. We're going to try to get you after the second boulder the updated scores, just to keep you on point. But so far we have Lana Goric on first position, followed by Maruza Porovnic and Martina Burchikova, but Martina has not been out yet on the second boulder.
That was close. Looked much better now.
And from the men we have Julian with 2 tops, pretty much 2 flushes, which is pretty impressive, a perfect score of 50 points, followed by Moritz Goller and from Matej Margon. Like I said, we would try to get you the scores after the second boulder is finished, but for now let's keep on the rotation. And a full house, we see there the home athlete Johanna Ferber and Roman Sivakov, the Lithuanian champion for the 2025. And then brushing off, we see Clemens Streithard, and on the female side we see Sala Mlaka. Johanna has been doing pretty well today. She has got a very good score. She's been only from a few attempts in like splitting from Martina, so hopefully she can make the end of this boulder. And Roman, known to be setting also boulders, he will be familiar with this kind of moves. To be honest, when I was telling to Jakob on Jakob on the first boulder, as I read it, I thought, okay, you're meant to be landing with the right foot on this second foothold and with the left foot on the third foothold. Is this what you were intending? Were you planning something else?
Yeah, that was the intended beta, but with these coordinative running movements, there's usually several options for your feet, so it's not like you have to do it one particular way. But I feel that's probably the best way to land on the second big blue foothold with your right foot, and then on the third one with your left foot.
Any potential cheating things that you have thought about, or?
Hopefully not. I mean, we thought about them, but hopefully they're not possible.
Yeah. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah. I mean, for the first boulder for the men, we were a bit worried that some might try to go directly to the top. I believe Toby also tried it once, but it's super far. So I don't think that any of the guys will go directly from the start to the top.
Both Johanna and Roman were looking quite good on these first attempts on the both first boulder. Clemens was also getting quite high, but looked a little bit uncomfortable, and we see almost dropping it Sala, which got quite high up. Tricky boulders, not easy at all, but they are well-renowned athletes. And then we see Johanna Ferber.
Yeah, nice.
A lot of momentum being driven up.
Let's see what she can do with this press.
Come on,
or
Johanna.
palm. And she also goes for the side of the volume instead of the lower part.
Yeah, sometimes if they don't feel really comfortable with one solution, they will swap, or if they feel the other way really comfortable with one solution and they think they're close, they will try and keep going through it, which can be a little bit blinding at some point, and yeah, quite hard to know when to change or which is swift.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I thought he was exploding from the wall and he just managed to stick in.
He was super fast there.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do on the last move. Oh no.
And he got a little bit short in there, but he still has a minute. And now he's been unlocking the sequence. And then on the top we see this female person, the root setter Larissa von Roma, which was helping you on the team. 6 root setters. How is it to be working in such a big team? You have to be very organized, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. The bigger the team, the more organization you need. Ah, so close. But in this case, it was very easy to work with each other because we know each other very well. I feel that's a big advantage because if 6 people don't know each other at all, then of course it can get challenging. But in this case, it was very nice to work together.
Oh, and Clemens flying off the top.
So close. I'm actually impressed that he managed to get through the first part of the yellow slab because it's one of the boulders that are probably a bit harder for tall people. The box is quite small, so when we say the box, we mean the space on the wall where you have to move. It's quite tight for this boulder. And
we see it again.
Yeah.
Sorry, the children.
Yeah,
really
so
good
nice.
athletes. Just been fist bumping Roman, which goes back into us. But yeah, you were talking about boxes and space, and this plays a role a lot, and you have to be kind of like managing which some jumps are easier or not so tricky for taller people, and then just compensating with all of the boulders.
Exactly, and we try to mix it up nicely so that there is a challenge for each body type, and yeah, let's see what.
Oh, it looks like he's
does.
going to do something else. He's going to go for the edge at the top.
Ah. I don't know.
Okay, he
Changing his
just.
mind.
It really looked convinced.
Yeah, I don't know. And now he seems to go for it.
And Arthur on his first go, and Martina Vyshkova, which she's the last athlete on this first boulder. Hopefully we're going to see a top. Proven to be a tricky boulder. Dominic Hettel, he's an awesome display of what a show can be. And also very impressive, like also national root setter, which when he joins is like a little bit like Kaito, the Japanese root setter, which was 3rd this year in the Dock Masters, and the same with Nikki. Last year he was in the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT vice winner. He was
vice champion,
vice champion. So thank you. And he's always displaying a really cool show. And Leah made an easy top on the second boulder. Pretty happy with that. Impressive after such a long journey and another very good sleep.
Yeah, I actually chatted shortly with Nikki after the qualification round, and he told me that he had time to fit in 3 sessions before this comp. So, of course, wow, that was close.
Yes.
Of course, he's training a lot on these boulders by setting them, but still he
has to climb them.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the chance to train like a professional athlete, so it's super impressive that he can still. Wow, nice by Arthur. That he can still climb like that in a field full of professional athletes.
Yes, definitely. Let's see what Arthur can do.
Oh no!
Ooh, drops it!
Drops the top.
He still has.
But he still has time. Yeah.
And Martina, also a very talented athlete. She's only 18, and last year she won the overall ranking on bouldering on the European youth. Sorry, on the bouldering youth for the world.
Yeah, and I believe she also won here in Blockhouse the European Youth Cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
So she's definitely known in the scene.
And then we see on the right side Nike Hertel again going for the show.
Wow!
Oh,
one-arm
stopping
catch.
with the edge of the wall. And there you are. I mean, we don't want to say any other scary. The children, they're so great.
He has his own fan club.
Nice. Yeah, remember like a couple years ago, a pretty spicy top and him flying flat face downwards onto the mat and then jumping again and doing the boulder. We don't want to see that, but yeah, pretty epic when it comes to boulders. We have seen him flying really hard.
Oh, that
Martina
was
just
super
almost
close.
did it.
So
And
now
if she does it, she's going to be in a very, very interesting position because it puts her way far ahead of everybody else.
yeah, true.
And if she doesn't, it's kind of leaving things a lot more open. So also for Arthur, you have
Wow.
Julian, which managed to do both on first try. And yeah, I mean, the pressure going to be still building up.
Nice.
And no problem this time. Even doing a pull-up there.
And now with the first move of the female #1, we see it's not super hard, but as soon as you're not focused, you drop it, and that's what happened to Martina now. And unfortunately, the time is running out.
Yeah.
That's a shame. So
Yes, unfortunately. But let's look at the positive side. Everything's open, so a little bit more for everybody to find out what's going to be, and hopefully we're going to be able to bring you the scores update. Jakub, thanks a lot for your time. We're going to be letting you go, and we're going to bring your fellow companion, Anne Matushka. Thanks for the insights. I hope all the best in the competition. Awesome first two boulders. Thanks for the show that you brought us.
thank you for having me.
Till the next time. Thank
See
you. And that was Jakob Greistoffer, national route setter for the Austrian Federation and homie to Blockhouse. And if you're tuning in, that's the Master Finals punked. And that's the score set. We have Julian Schrittwisser with 50 points, perfect score, followed by Dominik Hertel with 49.1, Arthur Revolo with 49.7. And now on, we're going to have the third boulders. Only 2 athletes are going to be on the mats. And we're going to start with the 8th position with Kriegel Tobias, followed back to Kahnbach of the qualification round. And we have Marusa Podobnic. The kind of like transparent hole, sorry, that Georg was talking to us, kind of like a spicy additive into the boulder, making these holes frictionless and kind of a tricky, spicy electric first move to the zone. And very soon is going to be joining with us Anne Matushka, which was meant to be the chief route setter for the whole team, which got ill unfortunately. And he was also the chief setter for Blockhouse. Remember, the climbers have 4 minutes to climb these boulders, a total of 4 boulders. You want to get to the top in least amount of possible attempts. The best score is 200 points. So far we have seen only 1 athlete capable of that, which is Julian Schrittwisser. He's not got that yet, but he's on his way. He has 50 points, 2 flushes, and that means a flush on his first attempt. He managed to go to the top. And let's see what these 2 athletes can do of the third boulder. A lot of power displayed onto those 2 boulders, as Georg and Jakob were talking about. And the full house going on, swinging in. There you see a lot of the spectators, a lot of future athletes, young athletes, any generation here watching the Blockhouse HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT 2025. And then we see how little that hold is at the beginning. And where he's standing is kind of a dual texture, so it's textureless. Those are the new flat holds. And yeah, pretty hard stuff at the beginning. Hopefully we're going to see more others coming higher onto the boulders They should be getting higher because back to qualification round, they were stronger, they did better. So yeah, let's see what those two athletes can do. Remember, the zone was 10 points, top 25 points. And after, when you have topped or when you have finished your round on the boulder, 0.1 points are going to be taken out for every single attempt to the top if you top the boulder, or 0.1 to the zone if you did not top the boulder. And there we see, I think the idea was meant to be both hands going there and then onto the crimp. But she doesn't fancy any more time, and Tobias is going to try to get another go there. Nothing to lose, there's a lot of time for resting as 8 climbers have to come out. But unfortunately no luck for him. And massive fan club wanting to get a handshake, hand clap. And remember, there's 15 seconds of rotation time. And onto the mass archery, going to be joined Alia Zoller from Slovenia and Moritz Goller from Austria. They have had a previous observation, but as they come out, they want to observe again, rethink some different solutions, get back into the headspace, mentalize, and then go for it. You see Moritz Goller. And there we see the hold is being covered by a transparent hold which has no texture, it's textureless, so kind of slippery, sorry. The more chalk you add, the worse it gets. You want to have kind of like a not completely wet hand, but kind of like a humid hand in order to grab more onto it. Probably chalk bag would not be that bad for that one. And there you are, he stops and now he has to paddle, which means to pull and get onto the zone. Kind of like a sequence of pulling moves without feet in order to make gain of elevation. And there we see what Alia Salah can do. Struggling a little bit with the first start, to be honest. Russian holds those Onda from Squadra, shaped and brought by Mauro Schwarzer and High Five climbing holds. Those holds are going to be also in blockhouse for the total of a month, so you're going to be able to climb on either these boulders or some of the other boulders set with these holds. So if you want to try them, if you're thinking about buying them or testing them or using them for any competition, you can try them here in blockhouse. And you can get in contact with High Five Climbing Service. And a nice feet cutlass from Moritz Goller, who stops the swing, but unfortunately, pretty hardcore, powerful boulder. Only the best of the best are going to be able to get to the top. As I mentioned, pretty tough qualifying round. On the men, only 7 boulders managed to get topped. And on the women, every single boulder got topped. Pretty good difference on the ranking. And there we see, at the moment, we have at the top of the head of the top, Lana Goric. But remember, there are many more athletes who have to come. 1 minute left as the beep goes on. They will remind them they only have 1 minute. And then the last 3 seconds before the time goes out will also sound. And he has to launch again from that right hand into that little crimp onto the volume. And also we saw Alia not looking bad, but not kind of driving forwards with the momentum. And I believe there's not meant, or they didn't want to stop on that second hold. I'm very impressed by the amount of attempts they're giving. Those are very powerful boulders. I would expect them to make more rest and less fewer attempts with a bit more quality. But they are the professionals. They choose how to spend the time. And following, we're going to have Julian Schrittwisser and also, sorry, we're going to have Clemens Strittert and Salah Mlaka from Slovenia. I think this is a boulder that Clemens is going to like a lot. Knowing him with his coordination and kind of powerful style will suit him, but nevertheless is a very hard boulder. Meant to be probably the hardest two boulders of the round, as Jakob was mentioning. Choosing to have a chalk bag, not a bad idea, as the beginning of the holds are kind of like slippery, and then you get friction. And Salah. And there you are, Clemens Common, almost getting to the zone. And joining us onto the cabin, we're gonna have Andy Matuszka. The audio comes later. It's super hard to understand. And there we see Clemens. Almost getting quite well. And here we present to you Andy Matuszka. Hello, Andy. How you doing? Nice to have you here. Healthy again.
I brought you something.
Sorry, I'm sugar-free at the moment.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, how's the competition going on for you? What are you seeing?
Yeah, it's cool. It's quite. I think I'm quite curious because I was ill for the first 2 days.
I heard.
So I didn't set any of these boulders or problems in the final. So I have a good position and just watching and yeah, enjoying the show. And I think for now it's good.
Yeah, the qualification from what I've been hearing has been really, really good. Harder than other previous years, but really, really cool. And a lot of these block house style tricky on the go. Yeah, Clemens just made a really good go on that boulder. I think it's going to suit him, knowing him. He likes kind of dynamic things and kind of powerful things. But we saw Maximilian Lenz on the setting day, and he's really good at those moves, and he didn't have an easy time with him.
I think they changed a bit easier.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
some insights from the team.
I just watched them. Okay. I just put screws the whole day. So but yeah, I'm really curious for Clemens, and it's nice to have some locals in this final right now.
Yes.
Actually, and
Clemens thinking about how.
The one try was really close actually.
Yeah. I mean, we have Johanna Färber, which also had a really good thing. Struggling a little bit with the finals, but doing really, really well in the qualification. Hopefully she's going to change that on the next two boulders. And also the whole point system. I've been talking with Georg and with Jakob. They didn't consider this so much. But you are probably already kind of more used to it, as you have been setting for the IFSC already. Yeah, how is the
really
whole
used to it. I think they changed it now. No?
Recently,
this
yes,
season,
but they used it for the Olympic final.
Yeah, for the Olympics, and with 2 zones.
You have been
now
also like setting some simulations. So how is this for you when you're setting? Does it play any role onto the whole setting?
I'm not sure, because I mean, if there's one zone, it stays almost like this. Not the importance of one zone, and top stays like this. For me, it was, I just talked today, a bit curious. I think it's making things a bit more complicated.
Yeah, I mean,
know for people watching, I think the thing was, like, they wanted to create a bit
sorry, keep going.
A more easier format for public to understand how the rating is, or the the results are based on. But I think now it's getting a bit more complicated.
I think it's a bit tricky, because if you top the boulder, then the attempts to the zone are not counted. But if you didn't top the boulder, then the attempts to the zone are counted, which makes it not that easy, to be honest, to understand.
Yeah,
kind of like an exception
now.
into the exception. And then we see Nikki pulling and looking really close.
Close, yeah. Nikki has
Massive
Good time.
forearms.
Nikki Popper Hertel. It's a nickname, I guess.
Not bad one. And we see Leah also, who had a really good start, managed to get a top on boulder number 2, and so far no tops on boulder number 1, but from nobody. And she traveled from France and then on the night train, which I think is like crazy that she's having such a great evening, to be honest. She's looking really, really, really strong.
From France straight to Vorarlberg. I mean,
yes,
from Vorarlberg or France is the same.
I mean, there's Switzerland in between. It's not that close, but yeah,
it's true.
Fair enough. And yeah, going forward. And also pretty impressive for Nikki as well. We're saying, like,
come on, Nikki. Oi.
He being a root setter and then coming here and crushing every single year.
I mean, he's been competition climber for quite
many
some long
years, yeah,
time,
of course.
and now setting a lot for the KVÖ.
The Austrian Federation.
Yeah. Employed by the Austrian Federation and like managing bouldering, route setting. Yeah.
Still pretty impressive. He has to climb the boulders and
yeah.
I think it's a little bit like Keito Watanabe.
Sorry?
I think it's a little bit like Keito Watanabe, the Japanese route setter. And Leah has been on the highest boulder, highest moment of the boulder we have seen so far.
Nice.
First zone for her, displaying a lot of strength. And I believe
the drop knee.
She's meant to be matching on the undercline.
Yeah, I guess so. Or not. Ooh, good.
Wow, nice.
Crazy.
We're seeing another angle. Not deciding to let go, Leah. Struggling, but really holding on.
Come on, Leah.
Nick even watching the spectation.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
I think it was not the best beta, but
the best
still stuck to it.
But managed to get it through.
Yeah.
And yeah, we also have a special feature because the top of the third boulder of the man, there's a camera displayed to the top. If we see anybody getting to the top, we're going to see a hand slamming to it. There you are.
Now you see it.
Idea of David Chickengruber, the person in charge of all this camera setting, with an awesome team. Bringing you the live stream here in Blockhouse for the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT of the 2025. And yeah, joined here by the house chief route setter, Andy Matuszka, which was ill, but we're happy to have him here, giving you some insights. And let's see what Nikki can do again of this third boulder on this men's final. Ooh.
Close, huh?
Yeah. I hope it was not too much to put a cover onto this scrim, to be honest.
I think they put it in a way that it's not like affecting hitting it, but affecting it maybe affecting athletes maybe mentally.
Yeah.
I think I always say if you put a cover, it's always strange. I don't know if it can make a difference. Yeah, of course it makes a difference, but sometimes it's even if it's like the space is really big, it just makes a difference mentally, and therefore it's then too hard. But
now he committed a little bit more. Yeah,
almost, no. I think the cover doesn't. They put it for preventing the heel hook on the last move, I guess.
All right.
So yeah.
Come on, Nikki. 2 good attempts,
tired
but
as well.
not enough. Yeah, unfortunate.
Nice, but it's always nice to watch even Leah, like when they're really giving it all.
Yeah.
It's cool, trying something and then still staying on the wall for
for a long time. I mean, those holds are very slopey, and yeah. There we see all the kids, the future athletes, really happy, giving handshakes and fist bumps to all these athletes. And jumping onto the mats, we're having now Margon Matevž and Lana Godic from Slovenia. Lana was on a previous first position. When we show you the scores, I think things have been changed as Leah has been awarded another zone. But let's see how things are going to be developing. There you see 34.9 for her with 1 top and 2 zones on 2 attempts. And yeah, those holds are pretty special. Oh wow, he almost broke it. Crazy. No textureless. What do you think about them?
I think, yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
They're working pretty well.
I think Flathold made it pretty good. Like
trendy?
Yeah, trend. Put a trend, and I think they, yeah. but they're good in that. And now I think it's a bit overused. I still like them because it's something, it's something nice. I know, but
Come on.
yeah,
Hey there. A lot of Slovenian talented athletes, and the whole female side is being dominated by Slovenians. We have nonetheless, but 5 out of 8 Slovenian athletes, and on the male we have the same for the Austrian team. So Austrian-Slovenian domination here.
I think, it's nice. Slovenians, it's close. Slovenia's close. So they came with, I don't know if it was the whole Slovenian youth team, but Austrian team and Slovenian team made selection comp on this for the youth team, I guess.
I believe last year was the selection for the youth team.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's.
I don't know if it was A team or B team. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Is it this year the same?
Yeah, I guess.
Ah, okay.
So, but it's cool, and I see.
I mean, it's a
nice
very.
to see youngsters. Strong and like.
I mean, you're gonna see them in a World Cup. I remember when we saw also
some of them.
Bobby Roberts, or I don't know, like some of the big names just
at the
coming
Cups.
here and.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
But talking about the non-texture holds, I think it's cool, but you maybe don't overuse them.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the Lachey, the Lambada move, right? Like really cool. It works perfectly for separating athletes, but kind of being overused lately, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Depending on your taste as well, though.
Let's see what Lana can do out of this boulder. Not had a pretty good start. Looks pretty like a tricky start. Nobody apart from Leia has decided to commit and keep going with it. They're trying to stop on the first move.
On the blue hold, Mauro Schwaster, no?
Yes.
He sponsored it for this comp. Just rental holds. They look nice. I think he was setting as well, but left today in the morning. Because he was afraid of the outcome of the or if his hold would break. He'll stay a bit here, but he shaped these holes and
obviously
nice
you know him very well. We're just joking around for everybody listening to it. They're pretty good holes. So for struggling a lot, not a lot of progress apart from Leia on these 2 boulders.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope the next athletes, still 3 athletes have to come out, which have qualified as the strongest athletes.
Really hard to hold the swing on the almost one-handed on the crimp in the purple.
Yeah.
It's hard. Here as well.
And not a lot going on for these 2 athletes who decided to leave. And that was Lana turning around for her scorecard. And following it, we're going to have Neza Zaik from Slovenia. And we're also going to have Julian Srivisa.
Neza Sides.
Sorry, sides. We didn't get the Czech.
I guess so.
The on the top, so that's why I decided to read like that, because I believe there's another athlete like Margon Matevc, with which we got a
Margon Mateusz.
Mateusz, thank you.
Jakob will be better with this because he speaks Slovenian, but I know a little, so please correct me also if I'm wrong.
You guys can write everything. Also, if you have any inquiry, we are always replying to the questions that you have on the live stream, and we try to get the answers as soon as possible.
Yep.
But you have been the trainer for Julian. You have seen him developing over the years.
Yeah, developing his height.
He was kind of small, but he was very talented, and now he's pretty tall.
I stopped coaching, I think it's now 3 years ago. But it was always funny with Julian. He was really like the kiddie kid and small for his age. But now he got quite tall. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah.
Really good feeling in his body, especially for jumps and slabs. But now he got quite more physically strong. Nice to watch. And he got more confidence as well. And now,
I mean, you see this when they get into like the puberty, and then they get like body, and they get all the strength. It's really cool if they know how to climb really well, I guess, and then they get the strength because they then know how to move so well, right?
Seems to me, yeah. I think it's good.
Well done, Andy. You taught him well.
Did everything on his own, I guess. That's always the thing. Have to do on their own, no? So we see what he does.
Yeah, come on.
If I was like telling too much, if he's physically strong.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was the closest
Yeah,
probably we
yeah.
have seen. I mean, Nikki
And he was high with
down.
both. Like
Yeah.
right hand was high and shoulders were high.
Yep.
Catch the crimp. I think it's important to stay high and stable on the last 2 holes.
Maybe you
Get
want to
it?
explain why it's important to stay high and I mean stable is important, but why to stay high on the 2 holes?
On which holes?
On these 2 holes of the zone and
Depends
the
like on the angle on your arm. If it's easier to hold, like if you're really passive in the shoulder, it's really hard to connect with the holes and like to hold on the swing and the
so
position.
engage in the upper
Engage
body.
on the upper body. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
This was the right word.
Yeah.
You're better in English than me.
And Julian decided to take a little bit of a break. Not a bad idea for such a physical boulder.
Even though it's not many moves, I think.
I'm
it's a
interested
good
that they are
mistake,
choking so much. I mean, those holes. I mean, you want to have not kind of a wet hand, but kind of like a
Yeah, I don't know
humid hand.
how his skin is after the qualification. Maybe he's really like worn out already. So
Ow, almost.
Yeah.
It's getting all the time very, very close, but
it's really
Yeah.
hard, I think, to switch in between the boulders, like to have first chalky hands for the first 2 holes,
Yeah.
and like have sweaty hands.
and then again for
Better
the
for
top.
Yeah, he has his chalk bag with him, and also Nicky borrowed it.
Mm.
Was not his chalk bag, so he
Okay.
borrowed it for the last, like
Nice
I think
insight.
for the upper part.
And nice of like a fellow sportsmanship.
Yeah, or they think it's lead competition, but I don't think. It's also quite long.
And we see how the points are at the moment. The points Lea came for the top of the ranking, followed by Lana and Maruzza. Pretty impressive display on the third boulder by Lea, which managed to secure the zone, being very, very worthy at the moment.
Good job, Julian.
That was also very close.
Yeah, but it looks close, and then it seems really hard to hold the position.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Honestly.
momentum coming
Yeah.
and driving from right to left. And he's
Giving up.
Yeah. I mean, he's a little bit disappointed, but not quite angry, as we saw him last year on I think it was the European Youth Cup. He got really angry. He didn't have the best day. Today he looks a little bit disappointed, but still having a face and a smile for the kiddies. So that's really cool of him.
Yeah.
I think his mindset has been changing in the last year, and I hope we're going to see more of him and good results from such a talented climber. And let's
So
see now what
Roman and
the Roman as Lithuanian champion for this year and the home crowd favorite Johanna Faber can do out of these 2 boulders. Yeah, Roman sets in another climbing wall here in Graz, but trains very much also in Blockhouse with Julian also.
they're
So
friends.
yeah, I mean he's been doing a lot of the kilter board because we have a really good kilter board here in Blockhouse. And he's been just like milking this down in order to get strong. So let's see if this power display showed up. Come on, Roman. Do you know what's the cheering for the Lithuanians?
No, no idea.
I was
sorry.
thinking about this right now and it just didn't occur to me.
Maybe somebody writes.
It's not poi poi, right? This is Czechia.
Poit.
Poi poi.
Czechia, yeah, but not sure about pronunciation.
Sorry.
Oh.
And Johanna,
Yeah, struggles as well
Struggling also
on the
a little
first
bit,
move.
they're not quite committing, like going all the way to the right and letting themselves being followed onto kind of a paddle. I don't remember exactly what Lea did, but it would be nice to see if we could see the replay what she did, because she's also not making the height somehow. It's like staying very, very low.
Had like in turning and pushing with the right hand, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally Johanna is strong in physical ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's also tired. She's been a week now in France doing some simulations. So she was mentioning she was very tired.
Well,
And
good.
Roman kind of missing the crimp.
Yep.
I hope we're going to celebrate him on this boulder. I really want somebody to see, to go to the top and just latching that GoPro, which is on this transparent hold at the very top. But and she's trying to pinch it and like kind of like stop it. More using power than kind of movement. Yeah. How was the? What is for you different every year as we're making the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT? Because you are the chief resetter for Blockhouse, you organize the event, there's a lot. Like, you were now for 2 days, but you have been organizing this event for a long time now.
Stefan has been organizing. I do the setting and I'm happy about that. So
That's very modest of you, but you have been also doing a lot. Yeah, how is it as the years go by? How does it differ?
Okay, for me now this year was special. As I said, I was ill for 2 days, so it was kind of a bit unsatisfying. Like on Friday, I went here and was still tired, and I felt like, okay, well, I would be motivated, or would have been motivated to set for the days before, like for Wednesday and Thursday, to join the team, because if you just stay 1 day, it's not like, I think the whole process is really nice. And also over the years, it still stays exciting for me, and I'm quite thankful for this. I felt it like on Friday, first day I was, before the comp, I was a bit like afraid for me. Okay, I've been setting in the comp for, in the gym for so many days, and so many seasons, so I was afraid not stay excited. But the team always changes a bit year by year. And now this year it was Georg Palmer, Maximilian Lenz, Larissa von Römer. She's been setting like her second comp. Was nice to have a woman as well. Mauro Schwarz and Jakob Greisdorfer. Jakob became a father, so it was also like a different, like first comp for him being a father. So it was a different situation. And so it was a bit like pity and not satisfying to stay with the whole team for many days. But I think the team was really good. And all over the years, this changes year by year. It may change, and it's nice for me to see, like, many of the setters here like started in setting in our gym. Set together with them, so it's really nice to watch them and becoming
awesome,
like really good setters. I guess.
Yeah, kind words and very true words also. And let's see what the last athletes have to do on this third boulder. Arthur Rebollo from France, the winner of the Dog Masters 2024, and Martina Vucikova, the overall winner last year in boulder.
Ooh, good.
He even had a time there. He was like, he had a second in the, like a dead point moment. He almost looks puzzled that he didn't do it.
Maybe he knows the holds.
Kind of an interesting hairstyle, really cool, loads of colors. Yeah, really kind of nice. I was today working at the bar at the moment, in the morning, and he was really friendly and really polite and looking like having a lot of fun. Such a nice climate to see, and really down-to-earth person. So also for a French speaker, and awesome English. Come on, allez, allez, allez.
Allez, oui.
Oh, oui. Hopefully. Ooh, this looked kind of promising, but at the same time, it looked like a, what we call in German, Sackgasse.
Ça marche pas.
Ça marche pas.
I guess.
Oh, hard fall for Martina.
And it's changed the dual techs. I think with sweaty skin, I mean, it's hard to hold on them. But
like I said,
to stand on them or like to pull on them with the plastic of the shoes, it's crazy.
Is he drinking or is he watering his
yeah, a bit, I guess.
Like I said, I don't. Yeah, he watered the hand. I don't think you want to have a full wet hand, but kind of like humid.
Sweaty hand is good.
Sweaty hand is good. And both athletes taking a little bit of a rest. Impressive from Leah that she got all the way up to the zone, to be honest. After so many strong athletes, she's the one who really fought the hardest. But let's see what Arthur and Martina can do. Martina not quite making the height. Very young and talented athlete. And Arthur, who also topped both the number 1 and number 2. If he tops, gonna put him on the parade.
Good job.
Ooh.
It's nice to watch him taking time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Premature, to be honest. Like not going go after go after go after go, but like giving good goes. He knows what he has to do. He just has to deliver. So yeah. And soon we're going to be having our last team member from your team.
Time is
who's,
already up.
Max Lenz. Let's, if you want to, let's finish
Still
this boulder
4 minutes
and then
left.
yes, all the time that you want.
Oh, let's take
And let's see the last try of Arthur Revolo.
Yeah.
Come on, Arthur. Allez, allez.
Come on.
Come on, all the house going big.
Allez.
Come on. And
Try to
he's
slow
going to
it
go
down a
again.
bit.
He's going to go.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, not enough.
Like it seemed he's feeling it and then really slowing it down. But yeah.
Yeah, 0.3 less than Julian, who is at the moment at the head of the whole score.
Julian?
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe we can bring you all the scores and we can show you up what's going on. But thanks, Andy. It was lovely to have you here.
Thanks a lot, Dave, for commentating.
Hope you have a really nice time watching the end of this HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT. And
I send you a maxi, no?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
All the best.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. And that was Andy Matuszka, IFSC route setter and national route setter for the Austrian Federation. And chief route setter here in Blockhouse. Unfortunately, he was a little bit ill. And we're going to have the last of the route setter team, Maximilian Lenz, also a national athlete. And he also tried to defend the title last year. And we're having pretty epic endings on both men and women for the fourth boulder. Pretty dynamic starts on both men and women and the very last boulder for this whole rotation of the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT. If you're tuning in, we're in Graz in Blockhouse. And this is the last boulder of the Masters. Toby is struggling a little bit on the right side with this tricky start. You have to kind of get into the toe hook. There you are. I bet unfortunately it slips out of the right foothold. It's a little bit of a bad one. And a dynamic onto a dual texture for nonetheless Marusa Podobchnik. And almost holds the zone. Stefan Chenner, the CEO from Blockhouse and organizer. A lot of work put into that alongside Sina Cherner and the whole Blockhouse crew, a lot of volunteer people. And almost a zone for Tobias Kriegel here on his fourth boulder. He qualified 8th on this morning. And Marusa this time, yes, stick in the zone, and hopefully we're going to see there's a tricky cheating better, and there's the intended better, which she was trying now, and she flew out. Actually, she was kind of doing something different. I think you're meant to be going. No, she was trying right. Sorry. There's a tricky better which you go with the left hand up and with the right hand down, or up, or the other way around. Or just cheating it, going directly to the top. But I think they made the right foothold, the banana, a little bit worse in order that that doesn't happen. So if you have any questions, please write it onto the commentary. We try to answer it as soon as possible. And let's see what Tobias Krieger can do out of the last minute on his last boulder for today. Long day here in Blockhouse. And tomorrow we're going to have the Austrian Cup for the under 17 and under 15. You can come and watch it. I don't think we're going to be live streaming. And Marusa from Slovenia again onto this epic move. Let's see if she can do it. Ooh, almost getting it. That's the intended solution, and I think she realized now that this was the right thing to do. She's going to try it again. She has time, 15 seconds. And unfortunately not going to be enough. She's a big gutted that it didn't work out, but nevertheless an awesome achievement. Toby just managed to get the zone, and it's an epic jump to the top. And unfortunately not enough. And we're gonna be rotating with Moritz Goller and Alia Zala. And soon enough, Maximilian Lenz is gonna be joining us here onto the commentary. Maxi, hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming and for giving you some insights. How's the whole competition going on so far?
Seeing the athletes on the last one.
Yeah, part of the deal. I mean, you tried, there's a high risk but high reward. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too hard, but 3 athletes were really cool, really close on the third boulder. Dominic, Maxi, and then Arthur. All of them got to the crimp.
Yeah.
A little bit unfortunate, but at least Leia managed to secure a zone. So yeah, pretty open, pretty interesting for everybody. So yeah, what can we expect on these 4th boulders?
Yeah, the 4th boulders are a little bit of like a show, spectacular boulders. They are quite dynamic for the boys. We have a tricky start with a toe hook. Afterwards, a dynamic move to the top and then to the zone. And then for the last move, there's like a really explosive triple dyno coming up, and I'm really looking forward to see the athletes here. And I think we're gonna see a great show. And similar style for the women's. First one is like sort of a paddle style, and then there's kind of dynamic jump into a press shoulder position.
Yeah, with Somarusa just managed to get the idea of how to do it, and then the time ran out, but it looked epic.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not seen that move. Oh, he slips out.
A bad fall. But he got the right idea.
Yeah, you have to be really fast with everything, right?
Exactly.
Everything's going.
You need to get a lot of height on the first jump to get to the first one, and then you go fast, you match fast and go to the top, and in order to hold the top you have to then get your right hand into a press on the last white hold that we see on the left side there.
It looks electric.
Yeah, that's the right word for it.
We have been trying to describe this word. Any kind of suggestion for electric?
It's difficult. It's like sort of jumpy, but more explosive than coordination, I'd say. But
okay,
it's hard to find the right definition for this word.
I think that's quite well spotted. We're seeing pretty much that. And how was the whole setting? The whole testing, the whole ambience with the team. I mean, Andy was not here.
Yeah, to be honest, I really enjoyed setting here. We had a nice atmosphere. It was a team that not
another sleep.
Good try by Moritz. Yeah, he looked really good on the first boulder, on the blue one, on the dynamic one. It's quite some similar style, and he still got 1 minute left. So
did you guys manage to get this move done?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, nice.
But it's like it took us quite a lot of tries, and it's always different in a competition setting. And we knew like the idea of the boulder, and the athletes have to figure that out by themselves. So it's quite another challenge for them.
Would you say you are more concentrated when you are on the mats than when you are, for example, setting them, or that it feels different to do it?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I'd say you're in a more like not a good.
Ooh, that was a very good try.
The best was we've seen.
More, it's really good.
Yeah, I think you're like sort of you try harder once you're in a competition, but you're also like more likely to do some silly mistakes because you're like nervous and there are a lot of people watching you, so it kind of evens out.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Maximilian Lenz, if you don't know him, he's a national athlete for the Austrian Federation, and he's also a national route setter for the Austrian Federation. And yeah, quite interesting. We don't see many athletes on this whole constellation. So really happy to have you here to give you some insights of how it was. Yeah, going back to the whole setting, because you are setting quite a lot in blockhouse, and the athletes were saying the cool thing about this year, it was a bit harder, but there was a lot of essence of blockhouse, tricky boulders.
Yeah, I think part of that was because a a main part of our setting team were local setters from Blockhaus, and I think we mixed it out quite well. And here we see Clemens Dritthardt, a local hero from Graz. He trains in Blockhaus. He's for the first time ever in the final of the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so really looking. I think this bowler plays to his strength, and he flashes the move to the zone.
Yeah, let's see what he can do.
I think this is really his
Sitting
style.
on third, come on, Clemens!
And
oh, and he does it. I
hear
can
the
only
crowd
clap.
outside.
That was
wow.
a flash, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a flash. I thought that he would like that boulder, but
I mean, he
insane
loved the boulder.
That puts him in first position at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he has 59 points, and Julian has got 50 points.
Okay.
And Julian is also very, very good at these moves.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if Julian makes a lot of tries to the zone, he could still be sitting behind if he doesn't top.
Yeah. We'll see.
It's a tricky one.
Still really exciting to watch.
A lot of things to go on, but yeah, let's see what they can do. And we have also on the female side, nonetheless, but that's Salam Laka from Slovenia. And that's kind of like the first kind of like thing you were telling us, like forwards and trying to stop, and then the epic move. You guys were kind of like, I saw you try to cheat it and you managed it. Did you change anything on the foothold, the banana foothold?
Yeah, exactly. Like a few minutes before final, we found out that maybe a taller athlete could span out the move. So we twisted the foothold a little bit steeper, and now we think that nobody will be able to do it like statically, so it's fair for everybody. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous for the athletes. If anybody does it, it's quite a hard move, but we thought like the best athletes get to the final, so they have to get a nice challenge.
For sure, yes. And Marusa almost did it. I mean, she was really in the position and then flipped out. On
Although there are two possibilities, pressing with the left hand and going in with the right hand. But for us, the easier method was actually going with the right hand for pressing and with the left hand into the high shoulder.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's the easier method, but both methods are possible.
I think Marusa was going with the right hand to the upper hold and the left hand to the lower hold.
Exactly.
Which, as you say, is probably the hardest. But yeah, cool to leave it a little bit open, but both being really spectacular for everybody. So.
Yeah.
Wee.
Still 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, and how's the whole point system? I've been asking the other guys with the whole points, having 10 points for zone and 25 for the top, and 0.1 being taken out if you topped from attempts to the top. If you didn't top it, you get 0.1 less for the tries that you did to the zone. And this is bringing the whole zone a lot higher. It's much more valuable.
Exactly, and I think that's good. They adapted that from the Olympic Games. The thing is that with the dynamic boulders, they often take a lot of tries, and with the new system, the moves to the zone that is often already really difficult get more value than like making maybe a silly mistake and slipping with your foot once at the starting position.
Yeah.
And the thing is here, the boulder often gets then split up into two sections, the one from the start to the zone, then from the zone to the top, and there have to be like 2 difficulties, and you get rewarded for each one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect explanation, thank you. And now we're going to see the vice champion, Dominik Heidel, which has had a pretty hard qualification run, but is looking pretty much still on the game for the finals. And Lea Kempf, which I have no words for this lady. I mean, flying from France to Vorarlberg and then taking a night train and making finals and crushing it on the third boulder more than everybody else. What the hell?
Yeah, she's in a really good position because I think she top boulder too and got the zone on both boulders. So at the moment she's in first place. And if she would top this one, that will already get her the win.
Yes. Wow. Big words. Let's see Nikki what he can do. There you are.
He's also a route setter for the national team, and he also enjoys the dynamic modern style of climbing.
Oh, wow. There you are, and another top for Dominik
Finishing with style.
I think he's gonna be pretty happy about that, and let's see where he sits right now in first position with 74.9.
Wow, that puts him in a really good spot.
I mean, it's going to be tricky. If Julian, he has only one attempt.
Exactly.
If he doesn't do it in the first attempt, he's going to be ex-aequo.
Yeah,
and if he does it in 2 attempts, he's going to be not on the first podium.
Exactly. If they are positioned the same, then the result from the qualification matters. So Julian would be in the first position if he does it in the second try.
Exactly.
But if he fails more than 2 times, Nicky will still be in first.
Yeah. Wow, a lot of heavy weight on the shoulders of this man.
Exactly. But he doesn't know that. Julian is still in isolation zone, so he has no knowledge to the results.
Yes.
So
and Leia this time is taking the zone,
Wow.
and let's see what you were saying about moving. Come on, Leia. She was going with the hand, the palm upwards, not like kind of twisting herself.
Yeah, exactly. And she was using the left hand. Maybe it's more intuitive to go with the left hand, but the position, the end position, is definitely easier to stabilize if you press with the right hand. But it feels kind of weird to get there.
Yeah. I mean, pretty awesome that you guys tried some kind of like funky things and new things, and yeah, it's giving us a great show and we're loving it. Pretty awesome. How is setting with such a big team, for example?
I think it was quite nice. We managed to sometimes split up the teams, but we also like mixed it up quite a lot, and we had different kind of setters in the team, and I think that's also a good thing. So we got variety.
Yeah,
it was so smooth.
That was really easy this time. Oh no!
She gonna do it? No.
Okay, maybe it looks kind of possible, but also not possible. I mean, that's what you were talking before about, us panning it out.
Exactly. Like the version the boulder was in before, she would have done it with that solution already. So I'm quite happy to see it's like at least more difficult now with the lower foot.
Yeah.
But I think if she got the right method, she could already do it with the dynamic version.
I mean, she believes probably that she can do it now with panning it out. I think she's going to try it, and if that brings us to the top, all for the best, I guess.
So.
30 seconds to go. She's very nervous. Clock ticking down. Come on, Leia. Yeah, no worries.
Now once more. She goes.
She's pans it out.
Now maybe the press.
I mean, if you bring the foot, you're really sagging down onto the shoulder, which is bringing you down and like taking height off. So I think, I mean, you would have to be a bit bigger than Leia in order to do that.
I think so too. But maybe there was a chance, like if she has the shoulder already, to still jump into the press.
Oh yeah, of course.
That would maybe be possible.
Yeah, sure.
It's always easier from an outside perspective than for an athlete on the mats.
And Lana Godic from Slovenia is going to come down to the mats, followed with Margon Mateusz. I'm not so sure how to pronounce that. I'm very, very sorry. But the Slovenian athlete onto the mat, Margon Mateusz, for what I think it might be pronounced.
He had a really good try on the third boulder. He was one of the closest there to get the zone.
Yes.
And let's see how he does on boulder number 4.
Also the first setting competition for the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT for you? You never set before? But you took part a lot of times.
Exactly. I took part, I think, 3 times now.
Oh.
And now for the first time being in a different role, it was also really exciting for me. And I think overall we did quite a nice job, but I'm still hoping for a top on boulder number 4 for the women's side.
Yeah, would be great to see it, yeah. And you're tuning with me. My name is David Patterson. I'm here joined by Maximilian Lenz, national athlete and national route setter. And here we are in the 2025 HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT. And I believe Lana didn't really get so much the whole vibe of the move. I think there's not the coordination to kind of launch it. She's always going forwards and releasing when she's going forwards. I think she has to release the right hand as she goes backwards in order to kind of like use the load direction of the left hold, of the start hold. Hopefully she's going to be able to change that and kind of like have that. And a kind of tricky foothold at the beginning of the men. We have seen some people like slipping out, and let's see what she can do. Come on, Margon. I mean, really impressive to see Dominic and Clemens flashing that.
Exactly. It's harder than it looked, for sure. It's like you have to be really explosive, you have to get enough height, and then also still be fast with your hand-eye coordination to match and get to the top for the right position.
And not slip down. We already saw 2 athletes slipping out of that foothold, of that volume.
The volume is really like sort of the angle of the volume. You don't see that for right from the camera, but it's like a really flat angle.
Okay.
So a steep angle.
Yeah.
So it's
a powerful close, so to say.
Yeah, for sure.
There you are again. Ooh.
Didn't get the right hand. Like
it would be nice to see also somebody using the method you described instead of just stopping with one hand, kind of using the palm on the right hand. I guess if you're not so coordinated, or if you have more momentum going from right to left, you will have to use it in order to not fly out.
I think so too. Like the boulder definitely gets the easier the more height you get on the step up dyno.
And yeah, last 40 seconds for these athletes, and then we will be on our last 3 athletes for tonight. Let's see if we can see another top. Whoa, misses the foothold and still holds on. Come on. Ale. Eesh. By the way, do you know what is the cheering for Slovakia and the cheering for Lithuania? We were kind of like, Andy and I discussing, well, how do you cheer that? Is it poi poi? Is it
I think poi poi is like for the Czech.
Yeah.
But I do think that Slovakia probably also say poi poi. It's like further.
Yeah.
And Lithuania, it's tricky. I mean, I talked to Roman quite a lot of times, but
I mean, you train together also,
yeah,
right?
exactly. But I
never planned to cheer him on his own language.
We climbers do tend to cheer in a lot of different languages, like Spanish, Japanese, Austrian, English, all kind of stuff. But Lithuanian.
No Slovenian, no Lithuanian.
Yeah.
For him. Fair enough. And yeah, Julian Skrivica, he can be on the top. He doesn't know it. Are we gonna see a flash of him? Second would put him also into a lead.
Yeah. And he's still battling then with Arthur Rebolo, right?
Let's see, because Arthur has 49.7. So Arthur cannot
Julian
be
has
first.
it in his hands, right?
Julian looking really good. Almost dropped it. I think he's getting a little bit
full
nervous.
focus on this move.
Come on. Yes. And there we see how come on, match it, please. Yeah, there you are. That's our
I think that's
podium.
win for Julian, actually.
Yeah, that's first gold. 75 points. Nobody can put
in his
down.
first ever finals in the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT as well.
And he's a fan, a crew. There you see the blockhouse kids.
Really impressive performance by him.
Yeah.
3 bowlers and all in the first go.
Yeah, 3
like
flashes.
His bowlers are quite complex, and to do them in the first go is like a real accomplishment, and definitely a deserved victory for him.
Yes. I mean, and awesome. When it comes to movement, a very awesome climber, and he's been really getting strong lately. So yeah, awesome that he can also put some of this power into movement. And let's see what Neca Caik from Slovenia can do. So far, no tops on the 4th boulder. We still have Johanna Färber and Martina Buršikova. And let's see on the women's side. I mean, right now we have Johanna on the 5th place. So at top would drop her into 2nd place. She cannot beat Leah anymore. And Martina can beat Leah if she does it top. Wow. That's
So still,
I mean, that's
still a
very
battle.
open. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the point system is, I have to say, it's a little bit tricky at the beginning, but it's working pretty well. Do you count it in order to when you set? Do you think about it?
Actually, not really, because the point system it does have a sort of different representation now, but still the idea behind it is still the same, like with the old system, just of tries, points. The only thing we take care of that there is, or that the difficulty between starting and zone and top is kind of similar.
Increasing or decreasing?
I'd say they are kind of similar. Maybe the difficulty between zone and top should be a bit harder, depending on the boulder. But the thing here is, like, if there's only a difficulty to the zone and then the rest is kind of easy, then it'd be not so cool to watch, and also not totally fair, because then the whole boulder and a lot of points depend like on one movement. So
Yes. Ooh, getting really, really close net zone that attempt. And yeah, as you was planning, it should not be any different, just a representation. And yeah, let's see what he can do out of this boulder. She's getting really close, but she's not kind of like doing the foot stop at the end, which would probably help her to stabilize on the hold.
yeah. That's a thing that I really enjoy watching on coordination boulders. Like the athletes only have 4 minutes, but they improve so much in such a short time span.
Yeah.
And in the end, like at the last few seconds, you always see them getting really close and doing fast attempts.
Speed bouldering.
Yeah.
And Johanna, the national local hero here. Let's see if she can get to the top. She's been training a lot of coordination. She did quite well today in the qualification round. She did all the coordinative boulders. And also this is a boulder that Roman is going to be enjoying quite a lot, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Can Roman put Dominic down?
No, I think I don't think so, because he didn't send the slab, right?
Ooh,
Roman is
yeah,
at the moment in 7th
no.
position.
Okay.
But he can't battle with Clemens, I think.
I believe not.
Or
has
he didn't do the
19
first
points, and Clemens has got 59. No, I think that's it. There's no quoting for him.
But still important for him to finish on a good note.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
Enjoy the show, climb the boulder.
I mean, he had an
in his
awesome
style.
start of the year by winning nationals on his hometown. So let's see. Come on, Johanna. Johanna wanted to trick this, maybe? She
gonna
got
be
a
hard
little
to
bit in her on a weird position. There you are. Not bad. I mean, it looked a little bit awkward at the beginning, but she
I'm
managed to
confident
make it work.
she will get the zone soon.
We hope so. And then the epic last move to the top. Roman choking up a little bit, taking some time off. And yeah, let's see what Johanna can do. 2 minutes 30 remaining, 4 minutes for completing 4 boulders. Ooh, there you are, this time, yes.
That's it. And now, hopefully,
Come on, Johanna. I think she knows that she has to do it. The question is if she wants it. She got a cheeky smile there. Yeah. She was not quite believing, but half committing, but she kind of knew she read that properly. And missing height for Roman also.
the thing that makes the yellow one actually even trickier is that the press hold. You saw Johanna trying to grab it, but it's like dual texture, so it has
No friction?
no friction at all, and you cannot hold onto it, but you can like press your body weight on it. So
Okay.
it's really tricky one.
Also, the idea of having kind of an open solution or different solutions make it quite hard what to go for, I guess. Like kind of a mental game, right?
For sure.
Come on, make height. Both of them have to make height. Ooh, that was
And
the
she
intended
obviously-
idea.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think she understood it. She knows it's possible.
We saw it now for the first time, and it all looked really good. And I really hope that she tries this version again. I think her intuition was really good on this
Yeah.
move. It's really tricky, and we already knew that it's gonna take a lot of try if somebody wants to do it. But
I mean, a second place would do it really well.
think she got
Let's
the
go.
first move dialed
Again
out
into
really.
the zone.
Come on,
Come on,
Johanna.
Johanna. Yes,
Yes.
and there you
Oh.
are. Come on, let's
come
go.
on, try hard, stay there.
And
That's
the
it.
first stop on the third boulder for Johanna Weber with a massive crowd
Yeah,
cheering up.
that's
for
an
her.
incredible performance for her. I'm really happy for her.
Yeah.
And also for our roots team.
Yes, and congrats to you. Also impressive. She has got a little bit tweaked shoulder, and to go full on that, I mean,
Yeah. That shows what an amazing athlete she is and what an
Yeah.
experienced athlete already. And
great final for her also.
her intuition was definitely key for this movement.
And Roman not quite getting height. And it's not been actualized yet, but there you are now. Yes, second place for Johanna with 44.1.
And what's the place for Martina at the moment?
Martina is, she could do it. She could put her on third place. So the worst that Johanna can do is right now third. And then we see the men's as it stands. And I think that's it. No, the men can still.
Yeah, the Arthur is the last one coming out now. He's
Arthur
currently
still can do.
sitting in 4th position.
But he could be second, I believe. No, he could only be third.
He could only be third, yeah. If he gets a
Flushes
zone
it.
on the boulder.
He's going to put Clemens out.
Not. He needs a top on the
he needs
boulder
a top,
to put
yeah.
Clemens out.
Yes, he needs a top.
So if he gets a top, he will be in 3rd position. Otherwise, Clemens will stay there. It's gonna be.
Wow.
He's gonna be nervous.
Wow,
watching
Martina
him.
just flashed that move.
Now let's see Martina trying a different method. That looked brutal. And Arthur already had a good go on this one.
Yes.
And still 3 minutes on
really
the clock.
cool. I mean, guys, you did really well. Is everything open still a little bit? I mean, not quite fully open, but like we're still like not so sure.
It's still exciting to watch at
It's
least.
really exciting to watch, especially if, I mean, Johanna just doing that, a big achievement of course for her.
Yeah.
She's been working hard on coordination, not being. Or I think she would say it's not her forte, but I mean, she's better than 90% of the whole world. But
Probably.
but for her a skill set, I would say that
99.9%.
she would say that she is not her strength. So pretty impressive that she managed to do that.
At the moment, the only top on this tricky boulder. But
Yes.
still, Martina is the last one here. Maybe now she also gets the right method. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
And come on, Martina. I mean, slopey footholds. She doesn't look still so comfortable.
Wow.
There you are, and that's the top for
Yes.
Martina Vulchikova.
And with that,
I think she's
it's gonna be really close.
first position.
I think it's the win for her, but I'm not entirely sure. She's the only one with 2 tops, right?
I think so.
We have to confirm that really quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been actualized yet.
And
Arthur is
yeah,
still.
it's true.
And Martina being first, Leakamp second, and Johanna Faber third. Let's see what Arthur can do. Oh, slipped pretty hard, flipping out.
Now he's also getting nervous.
I mean, he's 1 minute 30, you know.
It's a really tricky situation. He's the last one out. Although he's in isolation zone, he already knows from the reaction from the crowd that other people have done the boulder, that it's possible. He knows he has to do it to get the good result. So it's a really tricky position he's in right now.
Yeah, jumping, fighting for third position, and really tricky mental battle starting to kick on with 1 minute 10 left on. Let's see if he can do it. Funky hairstyle, awesome. We love to see that.
I also love to see such strong athletes coming all the way from France
Yes,
to compete at the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT. It's also like a good sign for the BLOC house and the whole event and all crew, the whole crew invited. The whole crew.
Oh, didn't quite get it. I mean, here's still a couple more attempts. Yeah, if you're an athlete, next year we're gonna keep going. I don't think this is gonna stop. This is just gonna get bigger. And you see, like, awesome boulders. I mean, he won Doc Masters. He's not winning this one. We're setting a bar here.
That's it. And now we're rooting for Arthur here on the last one. 20 seconds left. It's gonna be a buzzer beater if he gets that top.
Come on,
The last
Arthur.
try.
No! Come on.
Is he gonna try
That's
again?
it.
Says goodbye to the crowd. And with that we have our result. Julian in first position, Dominik in second, and Clemens, the local hero from Graz, on third position.
Crazy. We have an Austrian domination podium.
Yeah.
5 Austrians on the podest. I mean,
I think it has been some time at the Hausmeisterschaft for an Austrian win.
yeah, I mean, but this year was a little, I mean, more variety, I would say. There was strong athletes, but yeah, you're right. There's a tendency with Austrians to be on the top. And what a roller coaster. I mean, that was epic. Thanks a lot. Really great. I hope you're happy. The show was really kicking to the end. Was intense, was open, was exciting. Are you happy with how it went?
I think we had a great event. There were no injuries. There was a great show. I think the people had fun. The athletes had fun. And thanks for having me here.
Thanks a lot for coming and commentating. And yeah, no injuries. We don't have to forget that is a very important thing. Our sport has a risk. So awesome work from you guys, from Maxi. Thanks for commentating. I'm going to let you go and enjoy with your team the rest of the evening. I'm probably going to have to go there and set some boulders for tomorrow's A-Cup. My night is not over. But yeah, thanks a lot for having us here. And yeah, thanks a lot for having you here, sorry. And
thanks, Dave. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. All the best. Good night. And that was Maximilian Led, the Austrian athlete for the national team and national route setter for the Austrian Federation. And that's the end of our Hausmeisterschaft 2025. I mean, what an epic event has this been. And we're surely going to be having the award ceremony. So soon we're going to put the scores for you. But what an evening of open, not knowing exactly what was happening. Julian Schrittwisser with 75 points, 3 flashes. Unfortunately, no points on the third boulder. Nobody managed to do anything. There were 3 climbers getting very, very close. Followed by Dominik Herter, the vice champion, holding that from the last years with 74.9, only 0.1 tight score. Followed by Clemens Strittert, another local hero with 59.8. And on the women's side, we have Martina Vucikova with 2 tops and 3 zones with 59.8 points. Followed by Lea Kemp with 44.6 and the national and local hero Johanna Färber with 44.1. Epic, and we're soon going to be going into the flower ceremony. And there we see the CEO, Stefan Schenner, with Santiago, local worker, preparing the flower ceremony. We have a couple of interviews prepared, and Stoffel Schenner, the CEO from Blockhaus, organizer of this big event, is going to give us some insights. And there we go.
Well, congratulations to this great event. How are you feeling right now?
Well, thanks. I'm feeling quite delighted, I would say. A little tired as usual after such a long day. But I think it was in total a really cool day in the end, quite exciting on the last boulder. And yeah, it was pretty a hard final round, as we could see, I think. But all in all, I would say the route setters did a really good job so far. Yeah, and I mean, it's not over yet. Tomorrow we have the next day. But it's also, it's also really cool that Johanna Ferber did the podium with this last boulder. That's pretty kind of relief, I would say, for her as well, I think, because it's been quite a long time since she's climbing comps. And yeah, so I think it was a good day. I hope also for the hobby climbers in the afternoon. So I think they also had pretty much fun, as we could see. Yeah.
So you would say the special moment was Jo's top right at the end, or was there any other special moments?
I mean, Jo's top was special for us because she's a blockhouse athlete, but it's always nice to see Julian Schrittwieser and Niki Hertel like moving way beyond gravity when it comes to coordination moves and slabs. That was, I think, really cool to see. The power problems were maybe slightly too hard. It was a little pity that they couldn't show their best, I think. But well, that's competition in bouldering, that happens, and so yeah, next time maybe they can show their best also in the power problems. Yeah.
Nice to hear. I was also really amazed of how they can move. I didn't expect it. And one more question: do you have any plans for the 2025 season here for Blockhouse?
Yeah, in the comp, we do another 2 competitions, or actually 3 tomorrow. We have the Austria Climbing Boulder Cup with U15 and U17. And then in May, as usual, we do the European Youth Cup, also available on Livestream. And what I'm really looking forward is to November, because our kids competition became quite big already, so we decided to do it in autumn. And there's already 260 registrations, even without any kind of advertisement for it. So I'm really looking forward to this event with the best kids coming from Central Europe, from U11 to U15. So as I already said, I really like kids competitions because they are the future, and that's pretty much a highlight of this year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the glow in your eyes. It's really, you're looking forward to it. So are we, and I think we are ready for the awarding ceremony now. So thanks, Stoffer, and thank you for this great competition.
And that was Stefan Chenner, the CEO from Blockhouse, giving us some insights. Like he was saying, don't forget, tomorrow in Blockhouse there's the Austrian Cup for the Youth 17, Youth 15. And also this year, following in May, we're going to have the IFSC European Youth
Bitte
Cup.
an alle, die jetzt noch die Boulder probieren wollen, ihr dürft nicht die Boulder probieren. Also bitte keine Kletter-Action mehr hier auf der Matte. Das ist leider nicht mehr möglich, ihr dürft es leider nicht mehr probieren. Niemand von euch, auch wenn ihr noch länger hier wartet. Die Boulder bleiben vielleicht in der einen oder anderen Version noch erhalten, aber bitte jetzt nicht mehr auf den Boulder klettern. Dankeschön.
That was Santiago Lenateri telling the people, please not to climb on the boulders. We need to set the setting team for tomorrow, so they want to put things down and change them. And yeah, like I was saying, big events this year coming up. The European Youth Cup here in Graz in May. And in November, 270 international athletes for the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT Kids Camp.
Okay, we are ready for the awarding ceremony. Wir sind bereit für die Siegerehrung, für die letzte Siegerehrung des heutigen Abends. Wir starten wieder mit den Damen, mit den 3 stärksten Kletterinnen der Masters-Kategorie. Auf Platz Nummer 3 einen ganz, ganz großen Applaus bitte für die Johanna Färber. Ganz, ganz stark. Mit dem letzten Top noch auf das Stockerl geklettert. Und Platz Nummer 2 geht an Lea Kempf. Auch sie wirklich ganz stark geklettert. Und auf Platz Nummer 1 on the first position Martina Burschikova. With a really strong performance, she could secure the first place here of the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT 2025. Einmal noch bitte einen riesengroßen Applaus an die 3 stärksten Damen der Masters-Kategorie. Und weiter geht's mit den 3 stärksten Herren. Auf Platz Nummer 3 kein geringerer als Clemens Dritthardt. Und auf Platz Nummer 2 auch kein Fremder hier im Blockhaus oder am Podium, Dominik Niki Hertel. Und mit einer absoluten Wahnsinnsperformance auf Platz Nummer 1 Julian Schrittwieser. Noch einmal einen riesengroßen Applaus an unsere 3 stärksten Herren. Die 3 stärksten der Hausmeisterschaft 2025. Vielen, vielen Dank euch allen. Das super Publikum, das wieder mal für eine grandiose Stimmung gesorgt hat hier im Blockhaus. Danke an alle freiwilligen Helferinnen und Helfer, an alle Schiedsrichterinnen und Schiedsrichter, an all die Leute, die ihr nicht seht, die hier unermüdlich am Arbeiten sind. Danke auch an den Stoffel, an die Kathi, die immer unterwegs sind. Vielen Dank auch an das ganze Livestream-Team, die hier das Ganze auch auf YouTube gestreamt haben. Also wirklich ganz hohe Klasse von allen Beteiligten. Für alle, die es noch interessiert, und ich bin mir sicher, es interessiert euch alle, morgen gibt es noch den A-Cup der U15 und U17. Also die besten Athletinnen und Athleten von morgen werden morgen hier die Halle rocken, und auch für mich heißt es schon langsam schlafen gehen. Danke, bis morgen, bis bald.
That was the one and only, the awesome Santiago Lenadeteri giving us the live commentating on the mats. And that's been all from me today and from us in the HOUSEMEISTERSCHAFT 2025. Thanks a lot for joining in, and we'll see you in the next one next year. Thank you.